Just win.
All
right, let's go.
Anytime, any place. Just watch me.
Alright, so we're playing some Red Kayn. Honestly, I love Blue Smite with Red Kayn just because of how slow he is. Up against a Bel'Veth, so I'm definitely going to start a bot here because bot is just going to help us out with our early game. She has a very strong early game. I have a very strong early game. But you need to understand what your strength is. Your strength is not necessarily in your damage, it's in your mobility. So how fast I can move around the map and my pathing. So I have to path smart, I have to move smart. She can fight me. I can fight her if I think about Kayn like a Riven. You only want to take the fights that you can fight, and if you can't, then run. Riven's like a perfect example of how Kayn works early game. Same concept, same idea if you ever played Riven.
Minions have spawned.
I'm better. Love me, hate me. Either way, I'm on your mind.
You have a really good comp for Red Kayn because you have Urgot, Bel'Veth, Zac, who are all very tanky, and then you're also going to have Wei, who's going to be semi-tanky. Obviously, Blue would be good in killing Lucian Hui, but you have to think about these three frontliners, and also our team comp, double ADC, with a Lulu, so it's a bit of a front-to-back comp, which means we're going to be playing frontline to backline, which means I need to play a frontline, because we don't have a real frontline. We also have a Azir. We have a lot of backline damage. When you have a lot of backline damage, and, well, let's just say a lot more than the enemy's backline damage, that's when you want to look for Red Kayn. Alongside with just the fact that Red is good into these champs. Because Red is actually good now. I'll show you guys my new build. The new Eclipse build. It does really well with the runes as well, which you can see down here. A lot of you that are curious about the best blue build, I do have videos for that. And there is actually a mix between a red and a blue build, a purple build as well, which is going to be the same thing as this red build. But I'll say that the blue build is a little bit more mobility centered. So sometimes I go Aeonian boots, basically. I don't really go Aeonian boots on Ross. Ross can go Aeonian boots, but it depends who you're playing into. Like, very much depends. Because no matter what, you're going to be in the front line. So if you're getting auto-attacked by more than 2 people, like Bel'Veth, Lucian, you have to go play the Stone Caps. And then there's also CC. Like, honestly, Merc Treads and Played Stone Caps are just always going to be, like, kind of a necessity, I would say. Okay, so Bel'Veth should be either here or there, so I'm just going to pick it out. Now I'm going to get my longsword, so I'm going to get this. I'm going to look to my top side. I don't want to get invaded here. What's up, not Dylan? Dylan and Dylan in the same place. How you doing, my boy? Nice to see you. Yeah. Oh, I think Bel'Veth is the top side, because if she was, she would have looked for the early gang top. So I think she's going to be around bot side, so I'm going to ping that out right now. And there she is. She shows. So you can kind of just use process of elimination to determine where enemies are. You're just paying very close attention to like what's going on in the map. Is there a green build? I think so. I gotta do another one. What happened to Overheal? Overheal's only good if you're going like 3 HP items, and I'm actually not trying to go that many HP items, because a lot of Kayn mains, included myself, like to go damage. We like to solo carries, so I'm giving you guys more of a solo carry setup, because I think a lot of Kayn mains, like not just myself, love solo carrying like I just mentioned, so the way that you solo carry is from having a lot of damage, right? Alright. That was really good by Tristana. Well played. Proto Baguettes. I like the name. Huge, my boy, huge. Alright, let me go defend my bot side. No, I know my blue is up. She doesn't know my blue is up, and that's what's important. I might be able to get the scuttle. See, the thing is, if I go for the scuttle and I don't get it, she's going to follow me into my jungle and fight me and get all my bot side camps. So honestly, more often than not, it's smarter just not to go for the greedy play like that. Farm my own camp, save my smite for what I have. Just giving her 1 camp, but defending 3. Much better idea. I hit the plant though, just in case she didn't rush it. Oh yeah, so she went to her top side, which is really good for me actually. Now, normally I would actually advise all of you not to hit the plants unless they know where you're at. But because Wei saw me mid and he saw me crossing down towards bot side, they knew where I was at. So if they see you, then you can hit the vision plant. So I was like, alright, why not? But that's a massive thing that I see a lot of low elo junglers do. Please don't do that. Please never hit the plant unless they know where you're at. Unless they've seen you, never hit the plant. Because the #1 rule of being a good jungler is being unseen. Do it with the vision. Try and make it so you're in the unknown. Because, I mean, in lower elo, yeah, a lot of times people don't really pay attention to the map, they're not really looking. But in the higher elo you get, they're going to be paying very close attention to where you're at. And they're going to ping you out, and then it's going to make it very hard to gank. And you're going to be like, why can't I gank? How do they know I'm here? Well, because you gave yourself away. So, it's just a good idea to get out of that bad habit early on.
But the guys are all right.
Letting her have your red? No, I'm not going to let her have my red. I was going to let her have the scuttle, not the red. Never give up my red. Try not to give up buffs. But originally, I would have looked to do if she went to my red, but she did not. Pretty good for me. Okay, I think I look to get these. So if I have 2 smite charges, I'll smite the first one. If I have 1 smite charge, I'm just gonna hold my smite for the very last one. They actually made grubs a little bit more quality of life, so it's pretty nice. As you can see, they heal, but they don't have the shield, which is really... It kind of nerfs those champions that have really good AoE. Kane's kind of one of them. You can see they all get a pretty significant heal there. Alright. And I can just look to get my top side and my bot side. Now keep in mind, what I'm doing right now is a little bit bad. It's not horrible because I'm staying ahead of Bel'Veth, but I want to make sure that I'm like getting my laners ahead, because what did I mention before the game started is that I'm playing to be in front of my backline. So my backline is going to be the carry. I'll be able to carry in the front line, but I won't be able to carry in their backline. Like I won't be able to kill Hwei and Lucian. Because this is a higher elo game. This is my Master GM account. So playing in this elo, one of the hardest counters to Red Kayn would be getting kited out, getting spaced out, which Hwei and Lucian can do very easily, and they also have pretty good feel for it. So it's very important that I can survive longer than their front line in the front line, and I can stop their engage from on my back line. And through that, I'll be able to carry. But I cannot actually like dive on them and kill them. Unless they just position horribly. I mean, there are certain ways to like bait them into fighting you. Like if they take a fight in the jungle, because the jungle is a very tight space, so if they're fighting me in these tight spaces, then it's usually that's where Kayn thrives in. Kayn thrives in a jungle, sometimes a river environment, because it's just tighter. The tighter it is, the better for Kayn.
I'm not the best.
Right.
I'm nothing.
This is kind of dangerous. I don't have any Bel'Veth, but my thoughts on the Q buffs this patch? This is actually going to be my first game playing Red Kayn today, so I wait to answer that, but from what I've seen on the TV, it felt pretty good, but this is actually my first Red Kayn game today. Played Blue a couple times, and honestly Blue felt pretty good. A lot of people were complaining about Blue feeling bad. I played him twice and he felt pretty good both games. Nothing too noticeable. A little bit of a nerf on his ulti, but overall, I mean, wasn't undeserved. I'll say that. It was not undeserved. Blue Kayn was really OP. I would say Blue Kayn was around like a 54% win rate last patch. That's what a lot of people seem to forget. He's at a 4% win rate. Because Red Kayn's Q got buffed, we're actually going to be maxing Q. We're not going to be putting 3 in Q, maxing W, like we used to. We just hard maxing Q here. Okay, play vision.
Don't even try.
I'll look for this, and I'll ping out the Bel'Veths around the top side. So since she has no bot side camps, she comes down here trying to defend, she's wasting her time. Because her topside camps are there, and they're waiting to be farmed. So if she comes over here, which she is, it means that she's delaying resetting those camps. Well, I already reset all my camps, so that's why it's important to take your camps before you go for objectives if you want to maintain a golden XP advantage. Now, there's obviously a lot of nuance to what I'm saying. Like, if there's a kill, you always want to prioritize skipping your camps over the kill. Always. But you have to understand what is a kill and what isn't a kill. Like this, is this a kill? No, because Bel'Veth could have been there, he could have flash, I don't have enough damage, etc. But, you know, what is a free kill? Like, that's something I recommend all you junglers just get better at understanding. And honestly, you just get better at understanding by watching and playing a lot. So the more you watch, the more you play, the more you'll be able to recognize it. Now, I'll try to point out whenever a free gank for you guys, so you understand. How good? I'll be honest, Twitch chat. Right now, since I like to ask this question, it's relevant. But I think right now, more than ever, it's relevant. And I'll probably ask this question a lot this patch. So, your opinion might vary, so don't feel like your opinion's solidified in stone or anything. But, what would you guys say is your favorite form right now for Kayn? Red or blue? And I would ask, mostly for the people that are playing Kayn, but if you also watch Kayn, what do you enjoy to watch more? I think Red Kayn's actually very fun to watch. He's actually good, and he actually feels pretty good right now, so I would say. Wow, this Azir came in so clutch. Nice. Wait, that was so well played by Azir. Look how many orbs I got from that too. I'm just gonna get the reps now. We got a big advantage. We also get Eclipse. Blue, blue, blue. Okay. Red, blue, blue. Okay, so you guys are still all a bunch of blue fans. I'm actually very curious. Okay, so this is gonna be a YouTube video. All my YouTube viewers, I want you guys to check back on this video in maybe like a week or two. And I want you, if you see yourself, I want you to let me know if your opinion still stays the same. So you guys in YouTube chat can answer as well. I'm actually curious. I think a lot of those blue fans will vastly change to red fans. Dude, it's not that Blue Kayn isn't amazing. It's not that he isn't fun. It's not that he isn't super cool. I think a lot of you newer Kayn mains haven't been around long enough to see how awesome Red Kayn really is. Like, Red Kayn at its peak, where Red Kayn truly is a bruiser, you know, a drain tank, he is one of the most fun. Like, okay, I don't know if a lot of you have played him, but Aatrox is like a perfect rendition of like how Ross plays like, but just imagine more aggressive. Because obviously Ross is better than Aatrox. I think everyone knows that. Ross is better than most champs in the game because see, okay, can I say something? Because not a lot of people seem to understand this very simple yet you know, kind of over the head concept. Is that Blue Kayn is one of the best, if not the best, assassin in the game, and Ross is one of the best, if not the best, bruiser in the game. And the reason for this is because you're peak in your first form. You have to work to get your form. So you're overcompensated in a lot of strength, like an immense amount of strength, for how weak you are in the early stage of the game, right? Oh, my bot lane's getting fragged on. I gotta go help him out here. But a lot of people don't seem to understand that, yes, by default, Red and Blue Kayn will be stronger than the majority of champions in game, if not all the champions in the game. It's kind of like a scaling concept, like how Kayle, level 1, is one of the weakest champs in the game, but level 16, she's one of the strongest champs in the game, right? So.
People say I'm toxic. I'm not.
I think I get my blue form there. Don't worry, I know all of you in chat, they were like, oh, you want to see your Red Kayn game? I will go red this game. If you guys haven't seen, there is a purple Kayn build where I do this exact setup, except I choose my blue form instead of my red. So don't worry, I'm choosing my red form. Don't worry, guys. I will choose my red form. I just felt like it was a smart gank to pull off. It was good. Azir's Giga fed, and he's gonna have a lot of value. So don't worry, I promise, I'll go red. Alright. We have 40 seconds on the objective, so I can just farm my top side and then reset, head on over. So, right now, second item, usually what I want to do is I want to look at their team and be like, okay, if they're stacking armor, I can go Cleaver. If they're not, I'm going to get Shojin. I honestly slept on Shojin a lot. I'll be one of the first people in this up there to admit, I 100% slept on Shojin. I felt Shojin wasn't that good of an item, and then I started running and I was like, this is a pretty damn good item. So I will say Shojin definitely is on par with Cleaver in terms of strength. So if they're not stacking armor, I will go Shojin over Cleaver. And if they are stacking armor, I'll go Cleaver over Shojin. Vice versa. I think the reason why I didn't like Shojin so much is because Red King just had no damage and was useless. So now the fact that you have damage and you can actually like utilize what Shojin does, feels pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, I just felt like I'd address that because I know a lot of people were trying to Shojin pill me. Karis, why wouldn't you try Shojin? Karis, my Shojin this, Shojin that. Well, I've heard you guys out, and you were right. Shojin is good. It just, I think for the time being, it wasn't. Now it feels really good. I think Eclipse proc. Nice. Huge.
Double kill.
Fingers crossed they don't FF15. Fingers crossed they don't FF15. I really want to play Red King today. Ravenous and a good old Redkin. We're gonna be stepping away from all the team mats because Riot did a very despicable, gross thing to Kayn. I would want to be the first one to say it. So if you guys don't know, he completely removed and gutted the interaction where you could use your Tiamat or Profane or whatever in the middle of your queue, which a lot of champions can do. They can match it with their abilities. Aatrox can use it. I believe with the Redacted can use it in the middle of his queue. A lot of champions have been able to use Tiamat or Profane in the middle of their abilities, and they still can. Kayn specifically cannot anymore. They actually decided, hey, Kayn, you know what? You're not allowed to do that. And it is very stupid, uneducated. It is a very childish nerf. It is, like, I understand a nerf, but that is just, like, a very targeted. That's one of the first times in my history, 9 years history, being Challenger, 10-year history of playing the game, that I've ever seen that much of a targeted nerf. I haven't seen this much of a targeted nerf since the better Nerf Irelia memes back in the day. Way back in the day. I'm sure anybody who used to play League like 7, 8 years, 9 years ago knows what I'm talking about, but no, honestly, I'm not complaining that Kayn got nerfed. I 100% think he deserved nerfs. He was a very strong champion, and I always stand by that statement. But I think the nerfs that they did choose was just, it was despicable. It was the fact that they actually went through with that, and the fact that a group of rioters presumably agreed to that as a viable solution to what Kayn was. It's just gross, man. It's oh yeah, I trolled this fight so hard. I had a W mid-air. That's my bad. Woo! Nice. He's over here. Yeah, that was my bad. I had to smite ult to bail myself out there. Wait, what? Oh, she fast reset. Okay. I almost have Shojin. Same reason they removed Prowlers, try and lessen the skill knowledge gap. Oh, 100%. Yeah, a lot of people that don't watch content creators and don't like play the game a lot, they don't understand that interaction, so they were never utilizing it. So the K mains that were enlightened, the ones that were climbing all the LP for free, a lot of K mains that were using the other build, a lot of the, honestly, there was a lot of petty K mains out there. They were very angry that people were running Profane, and they were also like kind of advocating nerfs of it. At the same time, just imbalance. You can't do something like that in a game and just have other champions that are also exploiting that same exact problem. If it's such a problem, then all champions should not be allowed to do it, but they are. And a lot of them do it a lot better than Kayn. Like Rengar, for certain, uses Profane a lot better than Kayn. I wouldn't even say Profane is, the best item for Kayn. It's definitely the best item for a lot of other assassins that actually need it. The reason why I just liked it for Kayn, because honestly, it was a satisfying interaction to use. And if they nerfed the item, sure, I would have been fine with it. Probably still would have used it, but it's weird. Sorry, I definitely want to get that vent out of the way. That is something that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm glad a lot of the K mains are speaking out about it. I'm glad that they're not being silent. This is something that I think Riot just trying to like sweep under the rug. Like they just want to move on with this. But I feel like every now and then there'll be nerfs and changes in the game that'll just cause like a public outcry that it's like, what are you doing? This is one of those moments. Not a lot of people will speak up because they don't like Kayn and they think he deserved every nerf in the game, but it's not just about Kayn. It's about just how champions should be allowed to like this and have similar interactions, Everything. Nice, got him.
Double kill.
Can't stop my flow.
An enemy has been
Profane didn't nerf?
slain.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If they wanted to nerf Profane, I would be all for it. I thought it was an OP item as well, but other people are going to be abusing that item. Well, we're not allowed to. think the last time I saw somebody get this upset about a nerf was, I remember Double Lips getting very upset about them hard nerfing QSS, where it removed a lot of like the interactions. Like you used to be able to QSS Z ult, and there was like a lot of other things you used to be able to QSS, and they kind of got rid of that. They hard gutted the ADC role for a long time. I remember Double Lips was very upset about that. I think this is like a close moment for me, where I'm that level of upset. But see, the thing is that no matter what, I'm gonna keep playing the game. I'm just gonna adapt. I'm gonna give you guys a new build I am right now. At the same time, I think that should be more upset about that, not Indy. Because if it could happen to Kayn, it could happen to any champ, right? No one likes when their champion gets targeted, like singled out like that. Nice. Always important to make sure that you knock them up and stop them from being able to enter like that. I got a big W here. And I would like to say, it does definitely feel like I have a lot more damage with the buffs. This is one of my first games playing this in rank. Oh my god, yeah, that is some damage right there. That is some damage. Okay, the red buffs, sorry to get off track so much, but red buffs definitely feel good, and this build definitely feels good. The next item, at this point, honestly, it's just about survivability. Eclipse Shojin, it's cheap, it's efficient, and it's giving you everything that you want. It's giving you HP, it's giving you damage, it's giving you ability haste. Like, there is not a better build to solo carry than this build, guys. Like, you know, you guys wanted a damage build to solo carry. You know, this is the best I can do without Profane being in the game. Because obviously, if Profane was still in the game for Red Kayn, I would honestly have incorporated a Profane Red Kayn build. But this build still works out really well, so don't feel like he still can't do what he does. And he does it pretty damn good, so I think definitely now we can look to maybe go like Death's Dance or maybe even Paw. Now, I will tell you guys, huge, what's the word? Something to like be like cautious about. I forget the word. Disclaimer. Yeah, huge disclaimer. When you're playing Death's Dance Red Kayn, you cannot use your ults how you normally use your ults. So normally I always recommend all my viewers, if you're playing Red Kayn, hold on to your ult as long as possible. Think about like kind of like your Tryndamere or something, right? And with Red Kayn, I would say that's not the case. With Death's Dance, that is. Okay, I'm gonna go inside so I can actually just dodge that ulti. My team is hard zoned off for me here, which is really bad. And Dak is solo 1v3ing my backline. That is scary. I need to just, honestly, I need to just peel. What I was gonna say is that normally I do recommend all of you guys to think about Red Kayn ult as a Tryndamere ult, but with Death's Dance, you need to be ulting a lot earlier. You need to ult at like 40% HP. But without Death's Dance, I'd say like 10-20% HP. Sometimes you can go 5% if you're very like paying very close attention. Like you're like, okay, there's no anti-heal, you don't have ignite, etc. You can ult at like 5% and really get risky with it. Especially with like a fully stacked Conquer. Fully stacked Conquer Red Kayn ulti. Beautiful. But yeah, it always gets me angry. I can always tell which viewers are my viewers and which Kayn players just play Kayn. Because if I see a Kayn like hit one combo ult immediately, and they're like, oh man, Ross does nothing. You gotta play Ross smart. You gotta play him like a drain tank. So ideally, you want to be taking like double the amount of your HP in a fight for damage. That's how you know you're doing good. So you're gonna die a lot. Listen, you're gonna die a lot if you're playing Red Kayn. As you see, I've died a lot. Honestly, the reason I've died a lot is because I've made mistakes thinking that my team could kill the back and hurry up to me. Because I'm zoning 1v3, which is a perfect job for a frontliner to do. But the fact that my backline isn't reaching their backline before I die is a little bit problematic. Because the second I'm off the screen, I don't have as much control. So in order to have control as a frontline teamfight carry, you could say, I need to be able to stay alive. So I just need to position better. I need to position close to my team and fight them and through them instead of away from them. But I will say, me zoning is not bad. Working. Like, we're winning.
My old band held me back.
With Heartsteel, I am unleashed.
Unstoppable.
Doesn't the new red heal apply before the recast so you have more time? Wait, what do you mean by that? It applies before the recast? Did I miss something?
Can't handle me.
Gotcha. Ran out of little thingies, didn't ya? Alright, nice. Huge. You definitely have damage, guys. Definitely have damage. Nice. Oh, there's the game. Well, GG's. Hope you boys enjoyed. I probably would have went Death Stance, and then I probably would have got Ma and maybe GA last item. Hope you boys enjoyed. Peace out, YouTube.
Victory.